Hello again, welcome to this week's unplanned and decidedly unprofessional YouTube video for the podcast. I've not had a lot of posts this week and I've not watched many movies other than the romantic choices that we picked for the special. I did enjoy most of the romantic choices and I hope that you at least check some of them out. You can make time for all of them, but certainly Dave stacked the deck with his selections of My Own Private Idaho and In the Mood for Love, both of which are very good in different ways. I'm a big fan of In the Mood for Love. So it's a case of me casting around, thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and there were a couple of things. Handily, I have seen a couple of newer movies since the podcast was recorded. Just want to say Shadow in the Cloud, starring Chloe Grace Moretz. I was telling everyone it dropped onto Amazon Prime here in the UK, and I like Chloe Grace Moretz. I saw the trailer and thought that looks fun. There's a young woman, obviously, on a wartime plane that looks to be having problems caused by a gremlin. It's really bad. Just so bad. So I apologise now to anyone who took my recommendation on that before I'd seen it. If I'd already seen it, I would have just kept quiet about it. I think Chloe Grace Moretz is a person who, as Dave might say, has an agent that hates them. It just doesn't do anything right. It's never attempting to be believable within the rules of the movie universe that's on screen, because films have different layers of believability they can aim for. I think we've always mentioned that on the show, and it's really unsatisfying. Looks cheap pretty much all the time. Nobody else will stick in your mind other than Chloe Grace Moretz, and the gremlin is okay. It's dire, absolutely dire. The other film I'd seen was The Last Mercenary. I heard this had dropped onto Netflix, certainly here in the UK. It's a comedy action vehicle for Van Damme. It's a lot of fun. It is, I wouldn't say it's not as self-reflexive as JCVD, but it is referential to Van Damme's filmography and his the history that Van Damme fans would have shared with him. And I thought it was actually great for what it was setting out to do. It hit a lot of the beats well. The action is good, the comedy worked, the supporting cast are all good. I really liked it. I went to check the general opinion on it after I'd watched it, and there were conflicting views, but there was also a terrible review featured in a big name site that I'm not going to mention, but just had a paragraph of someone basically clarifying that Jean-Claude Van Damme has shock horror aged. That's a whole paragraph on how he used to be pretty handsome, one of the best of the action heroes, and now looks such and such and such. And I was really disgusted about it. Female actors get it all the time, of course, and it's terrible when it happens to female actors all the time. What usually happens with females, however, is it's a snide comment here and there, or something kind of insidiously laid through the text about either their ability to portray a certain character or their level of talent in relation to how they were when they were younger. So this was kind of a bit more surprising for being all the more blatant, and as I say, in a big name site, and it's terrible. But screw them. If you like Van Damme, watch the movie. If you can handle subtitles, most of it's in French, but it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I would say, especially if you liked Jean-Claude Van Johnson, it's kind of in line with that sort of tone, although Van Damme is playing a fictional character here. But a lot of nods are given to viewers because we know he's Van Damme. So yeah. Now, post-wise, I do have a couple of things. Danny Trejo is an inspiration. He's a great actor, and it turns out that Machete does write, and I had to pick up a signed copy. Someone told me that these were available online, so I did that, and I'm very pleased with myself for doing so. But his story, his wild years, his prison life, his kind of comeback, or his second life, or maybe his third life. I've seen him categorize different phases in different ways. It's really inspirational, and he's sort of the epitome of making good after being given another chance, being rehabilitated. However much of that worked or not, I don't know, but he certainly put the work in himself. And yeah, I would recommend, sight unseen, I would recommend reading Danny Trejo's story and find out a bit more about him. Anyway, he's a fantastic actor for what he does, and yeah, it's really inspirational. The second bit of post that I got today was this film, and it comes with a caveat. So, The Possessed, which I've never seen, and I didn't think I'd heard of, but it must have been released at some point a while ago, and I passed it by. The reason I picked it up now is Arrow Video just released a set, and I think it was a Jello set. Had a couple of other films in there that I already have, so I thought I had The Possessed as well. Had a look round, didn't have it. Okay, I'll look into that because I don't want to buy a whole set just for one film. So I did. But once again, it's especially Arrow now, but there are some other companies that I guess get as much grief. When Arrow repackage titles, or do a box set, or do a standard edition compared to limited editions or special editions, everyone complains. Everyone goes on about how they already have those movies, how there are 12 versions of those movies, how it's pointless to release those. I didn't have that movie, but I had the other movies, so I bought that movie. If you didn't have any of the movies, I'm sure the box set is a lovely way to get those movies. If you want Deep Red in Ultra HD 4K that will be laser etched onto your eyeballs while you're watching it, then they're going to do another lovely version of that you can get, or you can just leave. I mean, I have, where's my Deep Red there? I have Deep Red hidden away somewhere there, and it's a gorgeous edition, and I'll just stick with that. Like, I'm happy with that. That's not a problem. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. The only thing about it is a positive, because it's it'll save my wallet a while for a month, and it'll save me getting into trouble because I order more and more movies. There's no major loss there. Right, and they released some stuff. Well, I'll pick it up again. I'll show you. Remember, I think I'd covered kind of this Runner Fassbinder set that I love. It's got a nice book there as well, and a good selection of movies. Got that up there. I've got 8 Hours Don't Make a Day. That might be all of my Fassbinder. I think I've got Tenderness of the Wolves somewhere. But they'd released a set with a few Fassbinder movies on there, and a different book. So people are saying, oh, these were released already, and other contributors are saying it's the book is different, the discs are the same. Again, why would you be bored by that? Not everyone is lucky to get every set as it comes out, or every title. I've been really lucky, like so fortunate. All of this cinema room came with a lot of creative wallet management. Sometimes maxing out credit cards, sometimes going without other treats. There's rare people who can get everything as and when they want. At times I was one of those people, so great, me, but it doesn't have me feeling that others shouldn't be able to get titles because they couldn't afford this edition or this box set or whatever. So everybody should just relax a bit. It's just movies, and it's allowing other people to buy movies that, oh, you already have them, so you don't need to buy those movies. So I would say enjoy buying your movies whenever you like. Don't worry if companies are releasing stuff that's already been released and you don't need to buy them, and just go through life being a bit more kind of like Danny Trejo, and look forward to some tacos, chill out, and if you make mistakes, draw a line in the sand, hopefully make up for those mistakes in some way and move forward and just try and do better every day. That's it. I may have also been watching too much niceness in Ted Lasso, the TV show, so maybe that is filtering through to my mindset. But I had enough to do just over 10 minutes, so that'll do. And I also want to say that I'm starting to hate Kevin Shields and his Small Cracked Reel podcast videos, because I just had to order the massive box set of Das Boot that he showed on there. So I'm going to have to explain that when it arrives through the door. Other than that, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your time, enjoy yourselves until next week.